Chief Constable Teds. Further to my previous 2 letters, which you have not had the gumption to respond to, a number of matters are still outstanding. I list these below. 1. Who were the officers that stole my stuff? List appendixed. A. Do I need to decide which officers are the thieves? B. When will these items be returned by the thieves concerned? I. Are you refusing to return them? After all, it's your staff that thieved. 1. If so, when will my invoice be paid, or do I need to take additional action at your home? 2. Is thieving an activity restricted to the odd Warwickshire police officer or is more widespread? 2. Why have you not responded to my subject access request notice? A. This is now overdue. Do I need to take further action? I. Why did I receive such a rude response from one of your team in this matter, and why was the communication not signed by an individual? 1. Which individual was involved? 3. What is the status of my complaints against the following members your staff? A. Inspector 1856. I note from his email signature that he is a member of UK Counter-Terrorism Negotiation Team. Please advise who made this appointment and advise which illegal substances they were under at the time. In addition, and in view of his behavior on this matter, I drove past the local Dole queue the other day. Why was he not on said queue? BPC 4387. Again, in view of his behavior on this matter, I drove past the local Dole queue the other day. Why was he not on said queue? C. James Butterworth. In view of his behavior on this matter, I drove past the local Dole queue the other day. Why was he not on said queue? D. Your own behavior. Who appointed you into the police force in the first place, and what illegal substances were they under the influence of at the time? Who further approved your appointment to the lofty and undeserved post of Chief Constable, and what substances were they under at that point? I. Do you know what illegal substances are? 2. In my previous communication you were instructed to have a discussion with someone at a higher level than you about your own employment contract. 1. In view of the fact that I am writing to you again today, why has your employment contract not been terminated, and why are you still in employment as Chief Constable? A. Who is in charge of human resources at Warwickshire Police, and what are their qualifications to be so? 4. Why only 30 minutes after you received my last letter to you did 2 of your officers decide to break the police policy at my home? Video attached. A. You are to provide full details of these officers, including home address, so I can take action, including the billing for the waste of my time. If I do not receive this information today, I will assume you wish to carry the can for them and accept the action instead of them. B. Why did they take this action only a mere 30 minutes after the ban being imposed, and as per my comments about your other colleagues above? Why were they appointed, and what illegal substances were the appointing authorities under the influence of at the time? 5. You are required to explain the following other breaches below and provide the same information in the same timescale. A. Your vehicle registration number VX68 CLO, breach at Princess Drive, Leamington Spa, time 12:43, date, the 11th of February 2024. I. Who were the officers involved, and why were they within 10 meters of me, which is forbidden by the policy below? B. Your vehicle registration number Foot 23 BYS. Time 16:11, date the 20th of February 2024, junction of Campion Terrace and Leicester Street. I. Who were the officers involved, and why were they within 10 meters of me, which is forbidden by the policy below? See your vehicle registration number FI23ZZM. Time 16:38. Date the 20th of February 2024. I. Who were the officers involved, and why were they within 10 meters of me, which is forbidden by the policy below? D. Your vehicle registration number FI23ZZM. Time 1512. Date the 21st of February, 2024. Junction of Parade and Warwick Street, Leamington Spa. Who were the officers involved and why were they within 10 meters of me, which is forbidden by the policy below? In all of these cases, also explain why the policy either was not explained to the officers involved, or if it was explained to them, which senior officer did so and what their rank or educational ability was to deliver such training or explanation. During a recent visit to another part of the country, I encountered a breach of said policy by another police force. Why did you not communicate the policy when it was first delivered to you? Do you understand what this policy relates to all UK police forces means? 1. What level of education have you received which demonstrates this? 6. You are to note the change in my police policy as appendixed below. This is a national policy and not exclusive to Warwickshire Police. You are to confirm that you have informed all of your fellow chief constables about this, and they are to inform me themselves that their officers are aware by 4 p.m. today. If this cannot be achieved, you must explain to me why not and when this will be achieved. 7. Why have you hidden behind the skirts of other Warwickshire Police staff since January on this matter? Do you know the dictionary definition of the word gumption? Who aside of Google taught you that definition and what is their position in the community? 8. In your own view, what further action do I need to take against Warwickshire Police and against which particular officers including yourself? Response required by 16 o'clock today. 9. Why have your staff been allowed to run up a bill in this matter which currently stands at £819,640? Under whose individual authority at Warwickshire Police have these individuals been operating? Provide an organisation chart to show the relevant leadership paths to yourself. Do you understand what running up a bill means? What monetary sign-off do the officers involved in the breaches above hold with regards to Warwickshire Police budgets? 1. When do they need to get authority for spending? Why did they not get this authority when conducting those breaches? 10. In a previous communication, you were told to refer this matter for investigation by Avon and Somerset Police. Why has this not happened? What part of another police force must now investigate did you not understand from my previous communication, and why? 2. When will Avon and Somerset Police be instructed and when will I receive a response from them? 1. Do you know how to contact Avon and Somerset Police? If so, why hasn't this happened? 11. According to my dear colleague Google, you have been and maybe still are the NPCC lead on vetting. Can you explain why the officers involved were not correctly vetted as evidenced in those communication and my other communications with you? If you are still in this post, who do I need to speak to about having you removed from this office? 12. You are the only person permitted to respond to this communication. This means that you do not pass it to someone else to deal with. Do you understand what this means? 1. Which members of your staff will not understand what this means and why? Mr. C. Guinness. Appendices. Missing items. A list of the missing items is below to refresh your memory. Item replacement value ref. 12xms Surface tablets 1x 2GB RAM, 32GB HD. 1x256GB HD 8GB RAM x2 pound 2000.00 Bentworks Pigs 01. 2 Lenovo laptop x2 pound 1500.00 Bentworks Pigs 02. 3 Samsung tablet S3 pound 600.00 Bentworks Pigs 03. 4 5 TB hard drive pound 200.00 Bentworks Pigs 04. 5 black leather folder pound 100.00 bent Workspace 05. 6 Motorola mobile phone G5. Pound 150.00 bent Workspace 06. 7 £20 from bedside table pound 20.00 bent Workspace 07. 8 £20 from bag pound 20.00 bent Workspace 08. 9 £20 from Filofax pound 20.00 bent Workspace 09. 10 £20 from wallet pound 20.00 bent Workspace 010. 11 £15 from jacket pound 20.00 bent Workspace 011. 12 small silver case pound 130.00 bent Workspace 012. 13 smock varp x1 pound 50.00 bent Workspace 013. 14 8x microsd cards pound 400.00 bent Workspace 014. 15 2x memory sticks pound 90.00 bent Workspace 015. 16 1x fossil smartwatch pound 250.00 bent Workspace 016. 17 1x Casio digital watch pound 70.00 bent Workspace 017. 18 1x Breitling watch £14,000 bent Workspace 018. Police policy as updated. Policy of C. Guinness in respect of the police. With effect from 12 GMT the 16th of February 2024, the following applies in respect of any UK police officer. This is updated from the 2nd of March 2024 at 12 GMT. Amendments should be noted and communicated to all officers. 1. The security threat to Mr. C. Guinness from police officers is rated as critical. 2. The safety threat to Mr. C. Guinness from police officers is rated as critical. 3. No on-duty or off-duty police officer is to come within 100 meters of Mr. C. Guinness or his personal premises unless they have been called by Mr. C. Guinness via 101 or 999, or if they have a meeting request filled out in full on their person. This also applies to former police officers. The only excusal is if they have a warrant of arrest signed by a judge in their possession. This includes officers driving past in vehicles. 4. Any police officer present on the personal premises of Mr. Guinness will have to be searched on their departure by Mr. C. Guinness or an independent and capable to ensure that they have not wrongfully removed any property. Action will be taken against any officer doing so. 5. Any verbal communication between any on-duty or off-duty police officer or former police officer is to have an independent witness, and Mr. C. Guinness will record via whatever devices he deems appropriate the conversation. These recordings may be placed in the public domain at the discretion of Mr. C. Guinness. 6. Police officers breaching this may be billed personally under the time-wasting policy of Mr. C. Guinness for any breach of this policy. 7. All serving police staff, former police staff, or their families will be addressed as Bent Pig either verbally or in writing. 8. All serving police staff, former police staff or their families are now viewed by Mr. C. Guinness to be as much of a security threat as a terrorist organization.